Okay, so for BandLab, you should have gotten an email invitation with the link, and when you click on the link, it will likely take you to your browser and to the BandLab website, which will let you create your username and password. So go ahead and do that first. And then to get the app, it works on Apple and Android. So depending on what your phone or tablet is, you'll need to go either to the Apple App Store, which is where I'm at, or the Android Google Play. And if you type in BandLab in the search, you should see the BandLab here, and so then you can download it. It's free, doesn't cost anything. And once it's downloaded, then you'll want to open it. Now, the first time you open it, you're probably going to need to enter your username and password that you created. So do that if you're prompted. It should save that, so as you can see, mine just automatically comes up. It doesn't ask me to log in each time. So there's a lot of stuff in here. I don't really know what it does, and I don't use it. It usually lands us here on the home page, which is where we're seeing. I work over here in this far right icon. It takes me to my stuff. And okay, so once you get to your library, which is where I spend all of my time, if you want to record something private to your own device, so if you want to, for instance, sing a line and then add another line trying out harmonies to see how they sound, and you don't really want to share that, you can go into My Projects, and that is just private to you. If you want to see files that have been shared by other groups of GHMC worship team, or if you want to create one that's shared, you would go into the band projects. And as you can see, there's one in here already for Emmanuel. Just did this one as a sample. We can click on that one. So we can open this. Now, something you'll notice is you have the current version and then you have revision history. So don't worry about messing anything up. We can always revert back. And if you want to edit this or even listen to it, then you would click that mix editor, and it's going to open it so that you can see the tracks. Now, there's just one track in here that's recorded at this point. Track 2, I deleted what was on there. So this has the keyboard and the main vocal in this sample. And then what you can do is you can add a new track. So if you record over track 1, you're going to record over what was on track 1. So I always recommend that you do a new line. And so you hit the plus, and then you pick what type. What we're doing is voice mic. And it takes us in here. Now, when we hit record, you probably won't hear it here in the video, but it will play whatever's on the other tracks. And this is just a line that's recording you along. So if I hit record, test, 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 Emmanuel. And so you would sing along with the song, and then when you're done, you just press the record button again to stop it. You can go back to the beginning, and then you can hit the play if you want to play and listen to what you just recorded. When you're done with that, there's this little exit icon. If you touch that, it's going to ask you if you want to save or discard. So if you're just playing around, you don't want to save your changes, you would just click discard and it undoes everything that you just did. Or if you want to save it, then if we go back to the mix editor, then you'll see more than one track. So now you can see here's the track that we just recorded. You can click on that and you have some options. So if you decide, oh, I didn't want that, you can click this little trash can icon and that will delete. It'll keep the track line. You can go back in and record, but it deletes the sample that you have. There's copy and paste if you want to do, repeating things. And then there's the settings where you can do some fade and shift and play with some things like that. In this case, I'm going to delete this because it's certainly not going to sound good with the track. And then once I'm done, I'm going to go to that exit door. And in this case, I'm going to save my changes. There's 2 tracks in there. And so you guys would see the latest version of that. So that's how you can go in and edit. So one thing we could do with this is to record some of our songs that we can all then individually practice with. We could then even have certain vocals go in and record a harmony line that the rest of us could practice with. So I think there's a lot of opportunity there. If you want to create a new file, then you would just click on the new, and it's going to ask you what type. Again, I always use this voice mic option. It's going to automatically start with track 1, test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3, and so I would record as long as I want to record, and then exit. Now we can set tempos too. You can use the metronome feature down here in the corner, and that will play the metronome. It'll help us, maintain speed. There's also filters. So something else you can do, especially if you're wanting to blend vocals, is you can record a vocal line like a harmony, and then you can turn the volume down if you want it to lay a little bit behind the lead. So that's kind of handy. And that's just this little filter icon down here. Touch it again and that'll go away. So I'm going to exit out of this. Say I'm done recording this track. I'm going to save it. And then now we see it right here, and it's untitled. So if you want to create a title for something, then you just need to click on these little dots and then go to project settings. And then right here you can rename it. If you click in that name field, I'm just going to type test 1 2 3. We'll delete it later. Feel free to add whatever you want. You can put a description. It's optional. And to save it, you want to click this check mark up here. So now there's test 1 2 3. So it's pretty easy. Personally, I like practicing harmonies on this. That's what I started playing with it for. But then I thought, with new songs and different pieces, we can collaborate and we can each, record individually, separately at home into the same song. So I thought that was pretty cool. Again, it's optional. If you find this interesting, awesome, but certainly no pressure if it's not something that interests you.